welcome back to episode 19 of Avowed. So yeah, today we are getting into the main story of Thirdborn, I think it's called, Thirdborn. Because we've done everything else, we've done all the side quests, we've done the totem. The only side quest we have got available is this Forged of a Star. But I've googled that last time, and apparently the person you need to speak to isn't even here. Like, even though it says to go to Dawnshore, the person isn't until you get to like another further area. So the only quest we do have available to us right this second is the main quest. Figure out where the hell the garden is. Anything we've got left. Is it? Let's just double check before I make that statement. Yeah. So yeah, there's in Shatter Scarp there's no more quests. Emerald Stair there's no more quests. In Dawnshore it says this, but that guy I give it a Google isn't in Dawnshore because I googled it for like 4 episodes ago. Because it does say it's in Shatterborn, so I was like, is it? 3 out of 4. I've wasted all my fucking lockpicks. Didn't even have any fucking Ardra in it. Waste of lockpicks.
Oh gods, and Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why they're in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you.
Not the correct. Not Ludwig, don't.
No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timoti, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know, if this Adira was untrustworthy, I'd kill them myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthrall siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir.
Does it Ludwig have a message? Only my Ludwig and the Steel Court to come in.
Does she intend to raise our home as well?
Maybe worse. Ludwig's goons stole all my research on the godless back in Fjord, and now she's a little too interested in the godless ruins here.
What do you mean?
Think of Ludwig. Think what Ludwig did before. Then does use your imagination. The Inquisitor might be after the locations of the garden too. We have to beat her head to it.
Andra's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now.
Okay.
No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
The ruins drew attention. The ruins drew the attention of the Archmage. Must be something potent. Power?
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwine wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Reengrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
I need those ruins, so that means dealing with Reengrim, so be it.
I didn't know they made adherents with such bravery. You never know what marvels you live to see. You're likely gonna die a very horrible death, but I pray Galawain will at least make it fast.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
Fact.
When an Archmage like Reengrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain.
Okay. But it's not one, I suppose.
It's definitely practical, I'll give her that. Although, I wonder if it's because she likes giving trespassers nightmares.
Could also be it.
I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But, if you want to find Reengrim, head east of here, go past the Pargrunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yahtzee, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerity. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck.
Yes, you see.
Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yahtzee, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an Archmage, after all.
We'll be fucking fine.
Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
Tavern. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so as I said, I record like 3 days at a time. Today's sets of episodes really are interesting me because they're games that I am really like super into, and we'll talk about them when we play them. But we'll talk about them more when we play them, should I say? But I'll explain. So we've got what I've still got left to record is obviously I record these Avowed videos first because they're the longest videos I do. They're about an hour long each. And then I do the Game Pass games in 30. So today I've got Far Cry, I've got Fallout, I've got Faye and FBC Firebreak. Now FBC Firebreak and Faye, I could give or take. Far Cry and Fallout on the other hand, I love myself a Far Cry and Fallout. Now I'm already planning on adding Far Cry 6, I don't know about Far Cry 6. I probably will add Far Cry 6 and the other thing I will probably add will be Fallout 4 because I've recently just done all the other Far Cries besides from 6 and I've recently just done all the other Fallouts besides from 4. 4 New Vegas, I've done 76. No, 3 New Vegas and 76, sorry, but I haven't done 4. We'll talk about that more on the days of the games.
Over here.
Let's see.
Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting.
Right.
I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Reengrim?
Is best known for ending spells that prey on the victim's greatest fears.
Oh, lovely. Then you know what we're up against. Oh, her spells are legendary. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Aora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Aldra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant.
You believe the Dream Scourge brought the Archmage here?
Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Reengrim. Probably something powerful.
Now's a chance to find it.
I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice.
Yeah.
You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
You're up. Can go back to camp.
Naturally. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Really, though, that would be dangerous. We'll catch up later, Yatsley. Take care of the envoy for me.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yahtzee! Does mean A, we've got a quest. B, we've got inventory things. Right? That we can and then C, we've got this, but we do have abilities we can give to this person. So first, let's give you all three of them like we did with the other person. And now we've either got arcane missiles that seek nearby enemies, yes. Now they've all got the same sets of abilities, and then we'll unlock this one, then we'll unlock this one. Go on. Okay. Okay, let's get out of the building, which means we're going somewhere else. So because of that, let's just go to a camp. Everyone apparently wants to talk to me about something, so let's go and have a chat. Let's chat to Kai first.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
How so?
Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
Wait, I have to.
And home just wasn't the same. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
Some more scars and glory back there.
Me too. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death.
Thirdborn had probably changed over the years.
Yeah. But I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving?
Everyone will change and adapt. Rest of the Living Lands.
Or it'll go the way of the Godless and their ruins. Not sure which idea makes me more uneasy. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge.
Yeah.
Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You've been consistent. You brought Egwulf to Adir's justice, and the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord went forward. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
I did by the loyalty of.
That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow.
There's Koi done. Go to Peter.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
Koi, she's walking along.
Not only can she fight, she can hold her liquor. Couldn't even tell you where it goes. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Not for any good reason.
When it comes to her, there's never any good news. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. Not before I've done some reading.
Listening to Yatsli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else.
Interesting?
Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
Have to find our way to the gardens, and this is our best chance.
The best chance we found so far, sure. I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it.
Most places than a hot, barren landfill with a chemical of stinkhold. On the bright side for once?
I thought I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatsli's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders.
That's true. Godless ruins hold the answers I need.
How come the answers are never in a little oasis with shade and drink service? I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin.
That's fair. Appreciate the concern.
Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess. Anyway. Pleasant dreams.
Yatsila.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course.
I don't know what you... Whether the bath can be arranged, if you ask nicely.
I always ask nicely. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind?
That jar you had fetched earlier, is it worth much?
I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find.
that how you got that burn around old flaming ruins? Did you learn other godlikes when you were studying the ancient arcane arts?
Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
Section one, perhaps.
That was my assumption as well. Barrack's balls. It's nice to know I won't have to dumb things down with you. But what is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end.
Did you ever end up getting that spell right? Of what?
Just the usual things. Not studying for an exam, having all your teeth fall out. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
That's one use for rigging.
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go? Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time?
Yeah. What happened in the Ernst there?
We need to discuss what happened in Emerald Stair, don't you think?
Yeah.
I can't believe Fjord's gone. A city of scientists, attacked for no reason. I'm going to personally find every Steel Garrote asshole and turn them to ash. I can't believe we were able to get as many out of town as we were.
Okay.
It's hard to think of it like that when everyone's homes and laboratories are gone, but we were. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. Though with everything happening in Thirdborn, safe might be relative. At least I know Temerity will keep an eye on them. I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't.
You up in Fjord?
Oh, I didn't move to Fjord until I was 20. Or somewhere around there, give or take a few years. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerity. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel. And a girl's gotta eat sometime.
Good. Just travelled and studied arcane ruins. So,
Who says I did? I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling.
warm welcome from an answer. Get that.
Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course. But a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again.
I remember getting distracted again hungry.
It's so much easier to do when you're younger. Now, I enjoy eating and watching Quilici cook far too much. But our kitchen is gone now, so I'll have to wait far too long to properly see that side again. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Quilici and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked.
Happily ever after, right?
not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice.
Ooh.
He's probably thought the same a bit more. I still can't quite believe that everything we've built is gone. A generation of work scattered to the wind. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out.
And a little trust in Verdo. Buildings can be rebuilt.
Right. The city can be replaced, but not its residents. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling? Don't mind if I do. I wish we could have done more for them. Capo and Chico, I mean. But if I were in his shoes, I hope I'd make the same choice. Though I'd like to pick a more fun way to die.
I mostly just feel bad for Kipo. No good way to die.
Obviously, you've never heard the phrase drug-fueled sex heart attack.
Yeah.
I can only hope that at the end I have some control over things. That I can go out as Yatsley.
Wizard, ordinaire, godless expert. Balrock in the bedroom.
And don't you forget it. But it gives you something to think about. I mean, not everyone gets to come back like you did, Envoy. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? Sweet
Hey.
dreams, Envoy.
Morning. We're gonna have a dream? Dream.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe.
We're talking about whole soil, the whole scout.
A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong.
Why would you want Thirdborn gone? The place could use fire.
The Song of Kin, you understand. Yes, we remember when there was nothing. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again.
Gas gap. Trying to make a life.
Efforts paid in blood. They lie to the earth, to themselves. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot.
You don't need death for things to grow. But is that sometimes true? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I suppose that's sometimes true.
The dead bear nourishes the pack. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Yeah, we will. Okay. So we're going all the way over there, which means there you go. Travel to here, and then we can actually start going on. Ooh, let's go.
This is surreal. And the perfect place to set up shop if you're an archmage.
That's one for us.
This is it. Ringrim was definitely here.
So, why couldn't you just put that on a sign? These ice corpses are excessive.
Jeez, I didn't even
but
notice
look
that.
at them. The artistry is sublime. Can you imagine having enough finesse to make all this?
I can't imagine wanting to. If you gotta deal with an archmage to stop the Dream Scourge, so be it. But be careful with this Ringram character. This place has given me a bad feeling I can't shake.
A spell. And a very clever one. Ringrim's using her illusions to make people choose to stay away. Everyone except us.
We dispel this magic? I have a bad feeling about this.
Of course I probably can. All spells have a counter. You just have to know what it is. But we can figure that out later. Right now, we have to focus on what's at the end of that passage.
That is the garden and getting there before Ludwig.
Precisely. Chances are we'll die. But if we don't, we stop Ludwig and get into the ruins. So, win-win.
Yatsley, you must have been a Rawatayan admiral in a past life.
Let's get going. Oh, and stay close. These are so lifelike. Poor bastards.
Do this to continue this story in this area.
Oh, I thought Ringram was all about illusions. This place is cold.
Stay close. Ringrim's trying to scare us off, but we won't let her, will we? Oh, what a frosty welcome. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. Are her illusions really so powerful? It's just a trick, Envoy. A well-crafted cold trick. Keep moving.
Now you've got to ask me twice.
Well now, that's one creative Zara. Look at its spear.
You just walk through it.
Do you know what this moment calls for? A calm story that
What does this remind me of, like Elder Scrolls Online?
wait until I tell this tale.
The whole wizard like turning purple and not actually being there and just slowly
We
teleporting
gotta
back.
get into that tavern? I hope Yatsley brought her ladder.
There's got to be a way. Let's snoop around.
Land shaped in the dreamer's image, not with stone or axe, but with essence. Songs of ancient magic. Could we sing to them?
Once, a very important statue fell to pieces, and an entire village perished because it wouldn't put the statue
this way. Watch your left.
And restore the statue. I will see you inside my tower.
I'm guessing she hasn't had company in a while. Who's ready for more?
You in the tower.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Sometimes cold reason is necessary.
The Heart of Stone. It's quite realistic, isn't it?
Then I'll let you hold it.
Archmagi truly are inscrutable creatures, aren't they?
Queen's Heart. Is that going to be like a one of them things where, like, if you have the Queen's Heart, you do more, like, you can kill the Queen, but if you don't have the Queen's Heart, then the Queen is going to be like invincible? Is that one of them sort of things? I don't know. I keep banging on about it, but Final Fantasy loves to do that sort of shit. If you haven't got the Queen's Heart, you can't do a thing.
Stand back.
Okay.
Looks like that piece you found fits in this statue.
This must be the statue mentioned in the story. Let's take another look at that book of yours. There once stood a village protected by a statue. It kept the air crisp, the land fertile, and the people safe. For a time, the village prospered. For a time, there was the thought that the winter would never come. But then the statue shattered, and winter did come, and the village could not make a decision to save itself. It looks like she wants us to know this story, so I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. First, though, we find the rest of the statue.
Keep your eyes open and your hand on your hilt. Nothing about this place feels right. Ready? Aim.
That's done.
The village was on the verge of destruction, but still they argued.
How interesting. The way it's sculpted, it's like he's reaching out, begging.
This is how ghost stories start.
Oh, don't fret. It'll all be worth it.
Mangled statues and bitter fables. None of this comes from a healthy mind. Or soul. Bringram seems... fun.
Walk like it's hard.
like a win with a good team.
The village wanted so badly to do the right thing.
You're here for my Adra piece, aren't you? You can't have it.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too, dearie.
I'll die without the Adra. Please, don't take it from me. I don't want to die. What statue? What are you talking about? Why shouldn't I have the Adra piece? It's mine.
Interesting. This must be another illusion.
This can't be real. This is one of Ringram's tricks, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Just please let me keep this. I told the other villagers I need it. I understand everyone's in danger, but I don't want to die. Don't take the Adra piece from me. I'll do anything. Please! Is my life worth nothing? Why must I die? Why am I the sacrifice? Please, no.
If the village had been as sensible as...
We've got the heart and the hand, which means this must be the head. But who is that?
Keep your guard up. Let's get this over with.
It's the... We've got all the pieces. Quick, put them in. Oh, I want to see how all of this works. It's so clever. I think she constructed this whole place to give us a parable.
Maybe you could help out those of us who've gotten hit in the head too many times?
Well, that's the moral of the story, isn't it? In the story, the village died because it couldn't make the decision and the sacrifice to save itself. They couldn't separate the weeping man from the statue piece and just let him die. Not even to save the whole village. And so, everyone perished. Because they made the mistake of having a heart. Life can drive us to make painful choices, can't it? Anyway, this is fascinating. This is more than just a statue. I think it uses Adra as a source of power.
Watchers say the souls of the dead travel through Adra to the beyond. Doesn't give me a good feeling about whatever Ringram's built here.
Clearly, we can't physically move ourselves up to Ringrim's tower. But magically? That could be a different story. With the Adra pieces connected to the statue, they might be powering her magic. Like Animancy, but much bigger. Ringrim said that if we could do what the village could not, put the statue back together, we'd find our way to the tower. What if this statue was meant to move us from here to there? Exactly right. Adra's powerful stuff, and it's known for transporting souls. Usually to the wheel, but the theory's the same. Well, what are you waiting for? Put the pieces in! Do you know how many people ever get to meet an Archmage? Well, they can be a bit picky. Ready or not, let's go meet an Archmage. And off we go!
Here goes. Whatever happens, I hope it leaves our parts intact.
We're going into an Archmage's tower. It'll all be fine. Or at least exciting.
Oh, you made it. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons while I finish this paragraph.
So much for hospitality.
Oh, look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book. A godlike of an unknown deity, a long-lost Rawatayan, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door, searching. For us? Our prison? Who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge and a parable, all at once.
Well, now that we're done with the formality of defeating the skeletons...
So, the parable still had weight. You were still made to think. As was I. I've never seen a godlike with your appearance before. What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Indeed. Omelets need shattered eggs, after all. The point of the parable is quite simple. Sentimentality is a privilege. The village would have lived if they had chosen to sacrifice one dying soul for the good of many living ones. If it comes to it, yes. I hope you'll choose pragmatism over sentimentality. More than anything, the whole challenge was for you to understand how I think. No one truly matters in the long run. Not even me, or the other archmages. It's what we leave behind. What matters is that our lives buy the world more history, more beauty, more time to create interesting things. Do you understand?
Hire me for something?
For conversation with me, primarily. Most people find it difficult to relate to an archmage. And if you cannot do so, it will complicate my attempts to communicate with you. I hope you're not intending to enter the ruins. I won't open the path.
The entire fate of the living lands is in jeopardy.
And has been for some time. That is why I am here. I came to the living lands because the sickness here, this dream scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't. And yet, it does. The essence of the living lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Adra has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry.
Godlike.
Curiouser and curiouser. What is so special about you, godlike? You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it.
The Living Lands has a god named Spedel, and I'm their godlike.
Are you? Oh my. I didn't think this was possible. Something I don't already know. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Adra. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel.
Let me in, and I can have the ruins, and I don't.
Don't take this the wrong way, but in a different life, I'd have flayed you for my study. You are a godlike of this strange, isolated, possibly miserable god. A piece of them resides in you. I have no doubt that like will recognize like. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go. Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. My thanks in return, godlike. It's not often that Kith, or really anything at all, can surprise me. I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well, lovely to have met you. Yes, it was. Not many meet one of us archmagi these days. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions. Perhaps when this is over, we should speak again.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course. Can't wait.
Look at her. Making new friends. Learning new spells. They grow up so fast.
Brother runs exactly.
The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the Deadfall Highlands. No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave.
I never thought the storm-lashed shores of Rauatai would seem so welcoming.
Okay, so we're gonna have a little look around, see if we missed any books or anything before we dip. Any cages, any books, doors that we could open, possibly. Maybe they'll open from a different point. Okay. So we'll take the teleporter.
Off we go.
That'll help us leave to here.
It just happened, right? I didn't imagine it. Ringrim liked me, and my spellcraft, and she gave me her grimoire. Look, isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Happy we made it out alive.
We cut it close, but it paid off. With Ringrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
And as long as nothing's burning, we're still ahead of Ludwig.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kubel. As must you.
Naku Kubel. quest activated, so that was the end of a main quest, yes. That's a lockpicks in the camp. Perfect. Exactly what I didn't want to do. Destroy. Okay. Yeah, what we're gonna do actually. Now I've done that. Oh no, we've got to leave first. But yeah, that how we're gonna end today's episode. It was a really good episode. We did some story stuff. Had some fights. We continued the main story along. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with I think it's FBC Firebreak and View or Fee. I don't know how you say it, but there's 2 games tomorrow. Yeah, hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll be back tomorrow to continue some Game Pass games in 30. Hope you have a good one. Bye.